Crafty Crandall fam, and welcome to another gouache portrait painting piece. I was really excited to do this piece because I found a really cool reference of a woman just looking really happy living life, and I wanted to try to represent it with gouache in my sketchbook so that I could practice, gain a little bit more experience with some different skin tones and different hair than I am used to painting, and just try to expand my skill set to that. You'll see in the sketch phase that I struggled a little bit trying to get the eyes correct, and honestly the face correct in general, and still don't think that I got it exactly right, but definitely tried my best to represent this person well, and really learned a lot doing this piece, and I think that is the primary purpose of doing this type of practice. Alright, and finished sketch here. Still not loving that line. It's better, but it's still not right. But I brought down the hairline a little bit. I changed this eye, I moved it over. So I think for the most part it's okay. I might still just try to tweak that line, but I'll probably do it off camera, and then we can get to painting. Having finished the sketch, I then moved into doing a pink underpainting. I did this because it seemed like she had a lot of warmth and red tones to her skin, and so I wanted to just use the pink underneath to ensure that I captured those as best as possible, and if there was anything that was a little bit lighter, it would kind of be contained there. I then wanted to do a slightly cooler background instead of the orange that was the reference, so I used some purple. Alright, I'm gonna actually do something I almost never do, but I've seen a bunch of other painters do it, and I think in this case it's going to be useful, and that is start with the eyes and work my way out. So that's kind of my plan of attack here. I'm gonna use this super small brush and hope for the best. So let's see how it goes. Starting with the eyes was definitely, I think, a blessing and kind of a curse. Typically what I would do is start with the skin tones, and I would try to build the skin tone as much as possible, and then eventually come back to the eyes once I have that in a decent place. In this case, starting with the eyes, I think that I definitely got a feel for the darkest darks and the lightest lights as far as the values were concerned, so it was a blessing in that regard. However, I also feel like I didn't mix enough of that first skin tone to really propel it forward, and so it almost made creating the rest of the skin tone more difficult, and I question whether it would have been easier had I perpetuated the skin tone from the beginning. So that's what I mean. In general, I think that I would probably continue this and just try to make sure that when I'm mixing that initial skin tone that I just mix more of it, because I do think that it helps to get the eyes down first in a way. And I know, that's what a lot of artists do, and I think that there is value in that approach, and like I said, it's something that I wouldn't mind propelling further and doing again. Unfortunately, then I started rendering a couple more of the features, such as the eyebrows that you see here, and still hadn't really gotten the skin tone where I wanted it. As you can see, it's still really splotchy around the mouth, and, well, splotchy overall. and to be honest, it kind of continued like that for the duration of the piece. I consistently fought to keep the red tones that I mentioned, but also there weren't just red tones. There was a lot of yellow tones and other browns that I just didn't do a great job of capturing. So again, fantastic learning experience, and I did try to rectify it toward the end. I realized the mistakes and kind of tried to fix them, but as always, when I'm in a piece, I get to a point where I just need to accept that I've done what I could with my current skill set. I am always trying to learn, always trying to become a better artist, and so this was most certainly a practice piece, and I practiced a lot of things that I am not very good at in this piece. So it was a joy to work on in that regard, and I do think that I learned a lot painting it, and that is all that this was for. So I would really love your tips and tricks and suggestions for the future and future practice pieces such as this, but this is kind of the end of where this piece went to, if that makes sense. I had so much fun painting the gold hardware on this piece. I will say that was probably the most fun, was rendering the shadows and the highlights on her earrings. Her earrings were gorgeous. I really loved them, and I had so much fun painting them for sure. Additionally, I found that her hair actually was my favorite part of this whole piece. I was really impressed with the hair and very excited to do it, and so that gave me a little boost of confidence for future pieces for sure, in trying different styles of hair. Alright, here's where I'm at with this. I feel like I have managed to lose all of like the yellower skin tones in my piece. So I'm going to try to add some of the yellow back. I'm going to add the blue lines to the shirt. I'm going to try to fix the hair, and then I'm going to be done with this piece. And hopefully it comes out okay. If not, then it was a great learning experience and a lot of fun to do nonetheless, and I will move on. I apologize for being a little bit redundant, but yeah, I tried to fix the yellow tones and then went right back into trying to add more red tones, which to me doesn't make sense. Like, looking at the footage now, I can definitely tell that I needed to carry that yellow, which actually worked pretty well, into the upper right hand side of her left cheek. So right, if you're looking at this, it would have made the piece a lot more balanced, and I think it would have captured the lighting a lot better, but I just didn't see it while I was painting, so I didn't actually act on it, which is, you know, common. It's hard to look at a piece for so long and continue to capture what's wrong with it. It's a skill that I'm definitely working on. I have no clue how this is going to work, but I've got a fan brush here. I'm going to try to add some texture to her hair. This fan brush worked so well for this piece. So well. I am really glad that I decided to take it out and just give it a try. I wasn't sure, like I said at first, if it would work because it is, you know, only one angle, and I wasn't really sure how to accomplish what I was looking for, but oh my gosh, I definitely did. I first went in with a lighter brown just to get the overall shape of the hair and tried to make sure that all of the hair had a bit of texture to it, because her hair all did have texture. But then I went back in with a white to get the highlighted section of the hair. So only half the hair or face was really well highlighted, well lit. And so I definitely got a lot more volume and shape in the hair through using that white, and it worked very well. I was very pleased with it. The blue of the shirt also really kind of brought the piece together. It was crazy when I added it how much it was lacking that. I don't know if it was just like because it's such a cool dark tone and the rest of the piece has such a warmth to it that it just really complemented it well, but I definitely thought that that was kind of the game changer of the piece and made it just come back together. So while it doesn't look exactly like the reference or really capture the just gorgeous essence of this woman, I again had a lot of fun making it and really enjoyed having like the darkest darks and the lightest lights in a piece. Normally I kind of stray away from that and very, very, very sparingly add like a really dark black or a really white, but this piece had a lot of it, and I really enjoyed the contrast of this piece. Again, the warmth. It was just a lot of fun. I would highly recommend kind of trying something out of your comfort zone if you are into making art yourself. It is pieces like this that make us grow as artists, and it is practice like this that really helps us learn so much in one sitting. I don't have an exact time frame, but I think this piece took about 2.5-3 hours total, which for the size of it is quite a bit. Most of my pieces I can do a little bit quicker than that, but this one, because I struggled with it so much, I definitely put a lot more time into it. I would really love to hear your thoughts on this piece down below, and really do appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Feel free to hit the like button if you liked it, subscribe to this channel if you're interested. Let me know down in the comments how I could have improved, because I am genuinely interested in getting better at painting with gouache and painted portraits, painting darker skin tones, everything. Hair, oh my gosh, hair, always. Let me know how I can improve down below in the comments, and what you liked about this video, what you didn't. Any feedback is greatly appreciated, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!